let's jump into this whole situation with the border. You know, when we started this conversation, when we started to do the podcast, this was one of the major reasons to be able to have a conversation.
Did you know it was going to be this crazy?
When I told you guys, you have no idea what's gonna come at the end. I did not realize that it was gonna get this bad, this quickly at this level. Like you know, like I expected to see the normal surge that you see during holidays, for a number of reasons. Even though it gets cold and people from other countries don't understand how cold it can actually get in that side of it, but it's cooler. Right, when somebody opposed to, you know, listen, if you're coming here in the middle of summer, that's a rough trip. You know what I mean? You're walking, you're dealing with cars, you're in the middle of the desert, you're in the middle of whatever, right? So the idea, okay, it's going to be cooler, right? And then it's the masses and it's the whole thing. But did I think that it was going to get at this level? That when we started the conversation was, okay, how do we approach this conversation in a way that we are respectful of the laws of the country, so that we can remind everybody that there has always been a positive influx of immigrants, you know, migrants that came here just to work. Like the whole idea was they didn't want anything from the government, they don't want anything from anybody. What we have coming in today is not that type of immigrant. We don't
What
have.
percentage would you say is the actual,
That it
I
has-
want to go work my ass off and make sure that I'm being left alone?
Well,
I'm looking for the American dream
I
and the
would,
entitled one.
I would say that it used to be a 70-30, and I think that we are right now in the opposite extreme of that. It's a 30-70.
Of now this.
Entitled 70.
Okay.
30% of the people that are coming in still with that mentality.
Yes,
Listen,
yes.
I'm not gonna get involved with anything. I'm not gonna pay attention to what Lorena is doing, what Alexi, whatever. I'm just gonna show up. I'm gonna find a way to get a job, and I'm gonna provide for my family, and I'm going to be a good citizen. And hopefully one day I can actually become one. Right?
Yes.
That used to be about 70% of the people that crossed the border.
Yeah.
And the other 30% were people that were looking for how do I milk the system, and criminals. Yes, criminals. They were like running away from something, running away from a gang that was going to kill them, running away from the police that was already they got arrested and managed to escape, running away for a very specific crime that they committed, and they're looking to go somewhere else. That was about 30% of the people there. Now it's about 70% of the group of people that are saying, I didn't even come here to work. I want to see what I get. You've seen that everybody's getting hotels, getting free transportation.
Uncle
They
Biden,
eat
they
for
call
free. They Uncle Biden is providing for everybody. So I'm just coming. I'm going to ride this out as long as. And then if I got to go back, I'll go back.
They're like, you see these Jordans? I pay for them.
Without a job.
Yeah.
So, you know, the other 30. So now just think about what that does also to the fabric of the country.
Correct.
Right? The
You were
overall,
saying it.
you had people that were coming in with a different perspective, wanting to be a positive member of society, hoping to make a contribution by way of employment, by way of labor. You know what I mean? Like,
Correct.
Hey, guys, we get some people. There are some people that I know that they do woodwork coming in from Honduras. Like probably some of the best people that you would see at the highest level with the highest caliber type of wood that you can put in front of them that will do amazing freaking things. We have, like, you want those people to come here.
Got it.
You want the guys that know how to be plumbers.
Yeah.
You want the guys that know how to be mechanics. I'm not talking about part replacers.
Yeah.
Because that's what we got here. In the United States, what we have is, like, oh, we need to change the part. By the time you're done, it's like everything inside the car is new, but they didn't fix anything. They just replaced the part. And I come from a place where they will like take the whole thing apart to fix it, right? You want that kind of mechanic that has the capability to, that kind of labor force that is really, again, it's a positive thing, And so to see it in a way that it's impossible to support what's coming in, because what we keep forgetting, and that was the purpose of this conversation, what we keep forgetting is that human factor, the component, the people that really have to run away from bad things, the level of corruptions that happen to be in these countries, and everybody says, listen, there's corruption everywhere. We have corruption here. I'm with you, but we don't have to go anywhere else.
Well, there's nowhere else to go.
But in addition to that, right, we don't have to go anywhere else. It is painful to watch right now so many people from New York that are saying, we don't even get any of these benefits.
Correct.
And we actually have
I mean,
hungry people.
there are-
We have people that can barely pay their bills. We have people that will gladly say, you know what? Put me in a hotel. I'm okay with that. I can't pay my bills anymore. I'm
So,
going paycheck to paycheck.
here's
there
what-
are
I got the
children
answer.
Yeah.
that cannot go to school because they've been displaced to remote learning,
Correct.
so that the actual school can be
Yeah.
used for.
So I got the answer. So
As a refugee.
if you're in New York, you were born here, you're a citizen. The best thing you could do is leave the country and come back in illegally.
With an
Oh my
accent.
God, correct.
And start asking,
Then-
where's my plane?
Yeah,
Where's my
then
plane?
you're gonna
Okay.
get everything that
You're
you
going
needed.
back straight to a hotel, straight to.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And that's the part that I'm saying, extremely painful. So,
Yeah.
so the
Alejandro
question. So the question I have for you
It's me.
guys.
Yes.
Yeah, Alejandro Smith. Not the Count of Monte Cristo, El Conde de Monte Cristo. The question I have for you is, how can an administration
Yeah.
whose main responsibility is to defend the Constitution, protect the country, right?
Citizens.
The citizens
Of the
country. Well, that's questionable depending on who you're at. Everybody inside of the country, according to many people, not just the citizens of the country. Guys, when you're seeing what we're seeing right now happening on the border, is this, again, cannot be
You mean-
by accident.
You mean the federal? What is it?
When you have the federal government suing the state of Texas, because they're saying that Texas is actually interfering
That's crazy.
with their job,
Yeah.
when exactly now when I read that, I'm saying, is Texas helping people to cross the border? What exactly are they doing that is going to affect the job that the federal government is supposed to be doing? Not that they've been doing a great job, though. You know what I mean? So what job are they saying? How can this not be intentional?
Yeah.
When you actually want to stop the people that are actually protecting our border, what are you trying to do?
I tell you what.
And how can the average American person accepts that as if it is okay, normal, or even a good thing for the country?
This is the equivalent of the police coming to your house and arresting you for locking your house. No? Is
Just
it not? Because they're saying, hey, please stop coming in, and the federal government is saying, you're in the way, hang on,
Don't keep
you
your
gotta
house.
let them in, do not lock your house. That is literally what's happening. Is just what the purpose is. They say they want to shift the way, and I cannot even believe that I'm saying this, but they're saying they want to shift the way the country looks so that they can shift the way the country votes.
But it's going to backfire on them.
Oh,
I mean,
100%, because there's no one more
Shift the way the
conservative.
country. I don't even know what that means. How are we shifting the way it looks?
Well-
By-
If Uncle Biden gets a bunch of votes from immigrants,
okay.
then they'll have the opportunity to have power forever.
If you can get rid of all these MAGA people, if you
Right,
can get rid of all
I
right.
get
We're
you.
outnumbered
all
and not
this
MAGA people.
white people, if
Got it.
we can
Got it.
just
Okay, that
Right.
makes sense.
you know what I
That
mean,
makes sense.
Right.
if we can just
Yeah.
get more
Outnumber them.
people that
Yeah.
you know
That
what
makes
I mean,
sense.
it's,
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
But I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna backfire on them.
No, absolutely.
You know what, right? By the way, I don't know about anybody coming in from the Asian countries, or I mean, I don't know about anybody that's coming in from Middle Eastern countries. You know what I mean? There is a bunch of people in there that definitely might have some questionable intentions, but there's also a lot of people from those areas also running away. When somebody says people are coming in from China, well, you got to be careful with that on one end. People are coming in from Afghanistan. You got to be careful on one end, but at the same time, you also have people running away from something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a little bit. The problem is because you don't know
Yeah.
who's whom. Now, anybody coming in from Latin America, except for the overwhelming, unfortunate display that is being presented by people coming in from Venezuela, that are showing all those signs, and a few other countries. I think that a few people
There's a
from
bunch of different
from
countries.
from Ecuador, and I think that they are literally saying we are here to get whatever we can get for free.
Yeah.
Most of the people that are coming from these countries, they believe in the concept of family. They do believe in law and order. They are looking for a good place to go to. They're going to the fact that they
Most
might
of them
come
are
here.
Catholic, so they have
Most of them will come
Judeo-Christian
from Christian
values.
perspective, Christian values. So most of them, they might appear to be Democrat friendly right now. It's not going to take much for them to be shifting to a Republican platform.
But just to be the person who's
All it's
thinking
gonna take is a couple of teachers to
Uh-huh.
tell their kid that's a girl is done. I'm telling you.
no, but
At
I'm saying,
school.
but that you're talking about down the road.
Yeah, yeah.
Initially, what am I looking for? Who's gonna give me more free stuff? Whoever's gonna give me more free stuff, I vote for that person, hands down. Now, yes, at the end of the day, at some point, I want to know what are your, values and principles. What do you believe in? And I'm gonna think on that level. But initially, when I'm drowning, I just want to think, okay, who's gonna help me get dry? Who's gonna help me be in a place that I feel like is safe? You get what I'm saying? So I can't think that far to, okay, what's gonna go on with my kids? Do you get what I'm saying? So I feel like by the time they start realizing that maybe it wasn't a good choice for us to, go the route of thinking, Biden is a better choice, it might be too late at that point.
Guys, the only way that the Democrat Party was able to hold on to some of the younger generation is they needed to come up with something like the green movement, right? They had to make you a steward of the country. They have to they're a steward of the planet. You know what I mean? They have to make you the person who you are going to be the one who's going to rescue and save the planet. Look, all these bad people. They don't have any concern, but you do, and that brought in a new generation of Democrats. Without that, everybody was already saying, wait a minute, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
You know. And I'm gonna tell you, but they're also losing that tight grip on even that new generation, because at the end of the day, that generation is also being faced with not enough money, not enough housing, not enough income, not enough, a lot of the things that are going to affect
I
everybody.
get you.
Now, I know, like generationally speaking, I know some people that are that all time, I'm a Democrat. No, I will never switch from one side to the other. No, I'm going down with the ship. I'm not switching no matter what.
Yeah, there's that.
That's a little bit of an unfortunate situation, because that means that the critical thinking component that is needed
Yeah.
for big decisions like this, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, is not going to be there for a
Yeah.
lot of people. And my fear is that between that and the levels of corruption that take place when it comes
Correct.
to elections, that could be enough to get somebody reelected.
Yeah.
So
Crazy,
let's
crazy,
see how that
crazy.
goes.